So I'm delighted to be catching up with Mike Hissey from Grove. And Mike, you've had an incredible week. Let's just start from the beginnings for people who might not know. At the beginning of lockdown, you started a Facebook group called Corona Karaoke.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
And this was to entertain yourself and your friends who like singing. It got a huge following, and one person who came into the group was asking for help for a very sick young boy. And you thought, okay, I'm going to help them do a party. But actually, when you found out that this young lad was a huge fan of Transformers and Pokemon, a light bulb went off in your head. Tell us what happened.
A lady got in touch with myself on the group and asked if we could do like an online party for a lad called Kyle, because he had he's got an incurable brain tumour. So I thought, we can definitely do that. But later on in the conversation, I found out that he was a huge Transformers and a Pokemon fan. So I thought, I want to try and do something a bit better than the online party. So I joined an American truckers group on Facebook the next day, and I got in touch with the admin on there because originally they wouldn't let me join because I didn't have an American truck. So she asked me what I wanted to do on the group. So I basically asked her if she knew anyone that owned an Optimus Prime truck in the UK that might be available on Kyle's birthday.
Oh, just as you do. Okay, so just for people, an Optimus, I'm not familiar with can you describe what an Optimus Prime truck is?
Yeah. So the Optimus Prime truck out of the movies, if people have watched a Transformers movie before, it's just the truck that transforms into a robot, the robot being Optimus Prime, and vice versa. It goes back into a truck. So it's a big American truck, one with a big long nose on the front.
Okay.
And really loud.
Okay, so in the film, it's a live-action film. These are real trucks.
Exactly, yeah, okay. Exactly that.
Blimey! So, and you just had the brainwave that one of these vehicles actually might be in the UK.
Yeah, so I got in touch with her, and then the next day, a chap called Andy called me back up, and he said to me, "Oh, Mike, I understand you're after an Optimus Prime truck. Well, I work for Hasbro, and I've got one." So basically, I told him what the story, the background story, that Kyle had a brain tumor, and I wanted to surprise him on his birthday along with the Optimus Prime truck. And he said yes straight away.
Oh my gosh! And this is the guy you've never met Carl, you've never met his family. This is all through Facebook. No, and this guy he's never met you, and he's saying yes straight away. Isn't that extraordinary?
Yeah, it is extraordinary. Yeah, so I'd never met Carl. I'd never met Andy. Andy's from Scunthorpe, so quite a trek away from where Kyle lives in Cheshire, and I live in Oxford. So Andy was about 140 miles away from Cheshire, I think. So he drove his truck down. And met us there on the day. I also managed to get hold of the Bumblebee car. Well, Andy did. So Bumblebee, it's a Chevrolet Camaro, also in the Transformers movie. He joined us on the day as well, and we had Steve Taylor from the Toy Planet in Wantage. He came over. And
Steve actually lives in Lambourne, so that's another good connection. Yeah.
Yeah, so Steve came with us and dressed as a Pikachu for the morning.
Blimey, so you've got this big, huge truck, you've got this bright yellow Bumblebee car, you've got Steve in his bright yellow Pikachu costume.
Yeah.
And where do you all rendezvous?
So we all met on just off the M25, there's a travel lodge on the A10, so we all met there. Me and my wife Gemma, we met with Steve to start off with, and then about half hour later, we had this massive roar coming down the road, and that was Optimus Prime pulling up. And then Bumblebee joined us about 20 minutes after that, and then we all convoyed down to meet Kyle.
And Carl lives in a residential street, I'm guessing, and did you fit down the street with a huge truck?
Yeah, so originally the plan was to go and meet Kyle at his house, surprise him, go knock on his door. But 10 minutes prior to doing that, we had a call from Kyle's dad to say the street was pretty chock-a-block and there was cars around the bend. And being a trucker himself, he said, a truck's definitely not going to get down the street. So we had a plan B, which was to meet in the Sports Direct car park, which is just across the road from Kyle. So that's what we did. They all went over there, and we met them over in the car park.
Blimey. So, and this little boy who's obviously quite frail,
Yeah.
he's had a lot of radiotherapy and he's using a wheelchair at the moment. But
Yeah.
did you see the look on his face when he
Yeah.
clocked you guys?
Yeah, just across the road there's some traffic lights. So we all pulled up the traffic lights, and there was sort of me in front, and then the Bumblebee car, then Optimus Prime, then Steve was behind in his car. Yeah, and we sort of pulled over into the car park, and I could see him sat there in his wheelchair with his dad. Yeah, and his face just lit up when he knew that we were coming for him. Yeah, it was really, really good.
And the tributes you've had from his family since are so moving, aren't they? Because the reality is, this might be Carl's, and this was last Saturday we're talking about, that might be his last, if they can't get treatment for him, that's going to be his last birthday, which is just heartbreaking.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So I think in September last year he got diagnosed with this incurable brain tumour, and I think they give him 12 months to live. But after his radiotherapy, they say that not a lot of the children last more than 90 days, 3 months. So he's got to get past that. He's got to get past that 90 days to get on the trial, which he's been accepted for.
Okay.
So yeah, it's quite a sad story, really. I just hope he makes it.
So he can get treatment in America, but it's very expensive. So the family is raising, Yeah,
so they're trying to raise £278,000 for the treatment over there. We did an online fundraiser on the same night. We've managed to raise just under £2,000 now, so that'll be going towards Kyle's fund as well. I think they're on about £90,000 now.
Right. Right.
Which is a lot of money, but obviously they need a lot more.
Yeah. No, it's just heartbreaking. But they just must be so blown away that you, as a complete stranger, went to all this trouble.
Yeah, they were pretty surprised. It's just one of those things, Penny. I mean, within lockdown, I've done quite a few things. I also run a moan page, a Wantage and Grove community moan page. We've done a lot on there. We've done a colouring competition for the kids for VE Day. We decorated the Venom down in Grove with bunting and stuff. Yeah, we've done quite a lot. And within lockdown, I don't know, maybe I was pretty bored. I just wanted to take it upon myself just to try and make some people happy.
Well, and I have to say, you're the least moany person I've ever met. So you call your Facebook page "Let's Have a Moan," Wantage and Grove, or Grove and Wantage. Yeah. But you actually, if people have a complaint, you actually do something about it. It's incredible.
Yeah. So the first moan we had on our page was about the Venom in Grove, which is a big plane on the old entrance to the airfield there. Well, the first moan we had on the page was, why isn't it lit up anymore? So myself and Darren, who used to run the page with me, we've done a fundraiser. We gave a flight away over Oxfordshire with a local company, V1 Flight. We sold some tickets. We raised £500. We bought some lights and we lit it up again.
Blimey, it's just having a kind of can-do attitude and a few practical skills. And just briefly, Mike, before we go, you did have a big VE Day event planned for this year, which you've now rescheduled to the 8th of May next year.
That's correct, yeah.
And now with your new buddy Andy, you've got a few more attractions up your sleeve. Tell us about those.
So we originally had it for the 8th of May this year, but obviously COVID-19 spoiled that. So then we chose to do 5th of September, but we've realised that the social distancing guidelines are not going to go this year. So we've knocked the 2020 plans on the head, and we're going to go for the 8th of May next year, which falls on a Saturday, which is perfect. But we've got loads of stuff going on the day. We've a fun fair, we've got some helicopters coming, a small little fly past, loads of stalls, an outside bar, bouncy castles, and a live music stage. But I was a bit cheeky when I met Andy and Simon, the guys who drove the Optimus and the Bumblebee. I asked them if they wanted to join us on a day, and they've agreed to come down. So, we're going to have a big Transformers force there on the day as well, so it'll be pretty good.
Oh, that's incredible. And this isn't cheap. I mean, the petrol alone, for whatever they use, from wherever they're coming from, is significant. And presumably they usually get paid to attend events. So that's a huge...
I actually don't know. I don't actually know that, Penny. I think sometimes they go to these events, like these truckers events that are organised. I don't think they're paid to do it. I think they go and they make money via selling merchandise, stuff like that.
Okay, okay.
And
Cool.
along with all, I mean, on that day as well, we're probably going to have another 10 American trucks join us, which will all be coming down. But yeah, they won't charge. I think what they do is maybe they charge a little fee to get in, for
in the truck. Yeah. Okay.
To sell some merchandise. But yeah, the day's actually free as well, so it's free entry to get in.
Blimey. Okay, so everyone listening, keep the 8th of May 2021 in your diary, and you may decide you may do a whole weekend of it if you can't fit it all onto the Saturday.
Yeah, I'm in talks with the council at the minute. So if we can't do it all on a Saturday, we'll just have a whole weekend of live music and a great weekend for the family to come and enjoy. It'll be a really, really good event.
Well, it's something for everyone to look forward to in these quiet times this year.
Exactly.
Brilliant, Mike. Thank you so much for your time and your energy and what you do for the community. You're incredible.
Thank you, Penny. Thanks for having me.